that when one is down, one is up. If all of them is hidden, to put some money away for a rainy day. They don't have that. And this is where the difference comes. So if you only got money coming out and it's never being replenished, after 10 years, you is going to have to get back in the ring.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Pods brings the container to you. Then we'll take it to your new...
Or you is going to have to sue for 340 minutes and do dumb fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a deeper issue, that you didn't have your cash flow. You don't have your investments really making money on your behalf. I often say, man, there's a few athletes I wish I got a hold of. Floyd being one, Adrian Broner being another. Yeah. And like, just to show them and tell them, you know what I'm saying, the right money moves to make with the amount of wealth that they have accumulated through their talents and their gifts. Because I can see firsthand as an investor, like, nah, you ain't really, you're not living off your interests. You're not putting your money in the right places for it to make money for you. And you can't blame them. Like I said, at the end of the day, they come from environments that wasn't taught. Yeah. So I don't all of a sudden think they gonna miraculously know it. But that's where your circle matters. That's where the people that you are in business with matters. And I feel for those guys.
Man, it's kind of like how when Mike Tyson was talking about we made $100 million in his career, something like that. And people can't understand, how does one lose that in a lifetime? Yeah. But what you said was super important too. If you made $100 million, 50 is going to taxes or 40 is going to taxes. A big portion is going to the fact that I made $100 million. Yep. I'm outside. We see the stories of like Mike Tyson where he's like driving a car and he like left the car. Yep. It's like, yo, I'll just leave this $100,000 car on the side of the road. But you think, yo, I make so much money my next fight. That doesn't mean anything.
That don't mean anything. But also, not only that it don't mean anything, that was a liability and that was a depreciating asset on top of you saying it don't mean nothing. So Floyd has a bunch of stuff that doesn't do anything for him. Like, you got 14 Maybachs. It ain't like, dude, you could have bought 14 stocks. You could have bought AMD, NVIDIA, Palantir, Apple, you know what I'm saying, CrowdStrike. You could have bought 14 quality companies and did better than sitting on 14 cars that's just sitting there. You only got one foot. You only can drive one car at a time. And so it's those type of things that we often do. And it ain't just a Floyd thing. I'm definitely not ragging on him. It's just from a cultural standpoint, we do these things. And until the money runs out, you look back and like, dang, that wasn't smart. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the right move. Man, if I can go back, I would do this, I would do that. And so, but sometimes you don't get that chance to get back.
Bro, you know what I see though? It is not just athletes, it's actually, how can I put it? Financial influencers in a sense, where, I mean, we be honest, there is a way to make money, whether it's through webinars and, teaching people. And there's a wave where people love you and you, that person, and you're making all this money right now. And then, like my man Neil, he'll tell you, I bought way too many cars. Bro, I bought a bunch of houses, right? Now, Neil understands how to make money, and he did some, financial, he made some financial moves with his money, things of that nature. And some of my other guys, they lived a big life, but they had people like you telling them like, let's get in this stock. So we can, like, I'm not saying like, don't do it, but I see a lot of people that just have the money and they think the money's coming forever. And I'm like, there's going to be a season, bro.
There's going to be a season. Like that. There's going to be a season. And I think every person needs to experience balling out of control and living it up. You need to get it out your system. But what people need to know, and if those of you haven't had millions and tens of millions of dollars before, that high lasts for 2 years at best. After 2 years of driving the Lambo, 2 years of having a mansion, you start looking at all these rooms in the house. You start looking like, man, I don't even go in that room. Since I bought this house, I ain't even did that room. We still ain't got that room fixed. And you start to realize, like, wait a minute. And so I think get it out your system, yes. Yeah. But understanding, like, these things, like you said, Dave, that money don't last. And there will be seasons where you have to know it ain't going to be like this all the time. I'm not going to always be up. Dave, I retired. My wife and I retired at 35 and 37. And one thing about retiring young, we was part of the FIRE movement, financially independent, retire early. And one thing about retiring young at the height of our professional career, I told you I worked in higher education. She worked in healthcare. One thing about retiring young is it teaches you got to make that money last for the rest of your life. So in our case, you kind of avoid that whole want to ball till you fall, ball out of control, stunt and do all that because you're looking like, man, hey, this got to last us 25 years. Thinking about the 4% rule. And luckily in my case, man.
Explain the 4% rule real quick.
4% rules is that you have enough money to last you 25 years if you only pull out 4% of your money. So if you have $1 million, you only spending 4% of $1 million every year. So you live on 40,000. Whatever you can do off a 40,000 a year salary, your money will last for 25 years. And so that's a concept that if people know that, they will see the pathway to retirement faster, for one. But for two, it shows you, man, I can't spend 60,000. I only got 40. And so with that being said, like I say, we was able to retire and we knew our money had to last us. Now, the blessing came was we were debt free. We retired young. And then I got on YouTube and told our story.
What year was this?
We retired in 2020, but we became debt free in 2018.
Okay.
I got on YouTube January 1st, 2020 to tell the 2018 story. And I was debt free and I had 0 subscribers. Lo and behold, I got to talking about, man, I took a lunch to work every day. I cut my own hair. These are some of the things we did to save money, to live within our means, stuff that all y'all can do. And I was just kicking it like that. And I was just going through a series of that. And somebody in the comments asked, what did you invest in? Thank God for the comment section. I replied to that comment and I said, I invested in VTI my whole journey. VTI and Nike at the time, but VTI.
What's VTI?
Total stock market. So the equivalent like the SPY or the S&P 500, it would be that equivalent. Total stock market. And the comment section then replied and wanted more. What other stocks should we be looking at? What are some dividend stocks? And so, like I told you off camera, I just start giving the people what they asked for. Dave, my first year on YouTube, I had 0 subscribers in January. By June, I had 1,000 subscribers. So I was monetized. 1,000 and I had the 4,000 watch hours. My birthday, July 17th, my birthday, I had 10,000 subscribers. My first...
Whoa, by June, so January to June, 1,000 subscribers.
And then
the next month,
a huge jump.
10,000.
And listen to this story. So by my birthday, I had 10,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, mind you, I'm debt free. And listen to everything I'm saying through the context of being debt free. By the end of the year, from July through December, I end up making 200,000 on YouTube.
Wow.
That momentum carried to 2020, 2021, 2022. And I made over $1 million every year on YouTube since then. 100K a month, 120K a month, 110K a month, 98K a month, 80K a month. And so on and so forth.
On YouTube. Just the YouTube
Just
money.
YouTube alone. And that took things to a whole new level in terms of my wealth, in terms of my access to capital. I had to build a family office. I had to put the right people in place to kind of help manage my money and manage my wealth now. And so this was all from telling my debt freedom story and it blowing up my YouTube. And now I was talking about the stocks that I invested in while I was becoming debt free. So that kind of thrust me to talking more about financial literacy, personal finance, investing, which end up ultimately eventually leading over into the trading side because I already had been investing for 10 plus years. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you can do after you set it and forget it. There's only so much buy and hold you can do before you dabble into, let me take a little trade.
Yeah.
Let me dabble over here and see how this trading thing, what's up with that? And so I start introducing that to the world. I start introducing that to YouTube because I had a loyal following off of building long form content, and the people gravitated to that. The people wanted more of that. The people was like, Coach, nobody taught us this. Nobody taught us about a call option. Nobody taught us about a put option. Nobody taught us about a debit spread, an iron condor. They didn't know none of these things. And so I'm looking like, boom, that's the problem I'm going to solve right there. I'm going to teach the whole world, but specifically our people, how to read a chart and how to do technical analysis. And that became my thing. I teach you so that you're not gambling. They're already trying to gamify the market in the industry, but so that you can have some control, I want to teach you how to read a chart. I want to teach you what the candles are saying, what these candles and how they close, what it indicates, what's coming next, so that you can start beginning to have a plan around moves to come. And so, boom, it just blew up from there, man. And so I just kept my head down, feeding the people, serving the people, because they saw that they needed it. Mm-hmm. It was a way to supplement what they were doing in their current work, in their current life. And it was also a way for them to learn a new skill that I often tell them nobody can take away. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You guys are on a corporate plantation, and sometimes, again, they can cut that job any point in time. You see the way they're doing massive layoffs. But if you know how to go get money off the market, there's nobody that can take that away. That's open all the time. Mm. Every day it's open for you to, if you know what you're doing, you can go make some money. And that will help you negate